Boom! We are live. It is Wednesday. It is the 18th, I believe, and it is 7:49. So we are getting on the horn right now, and there are about 25 new canceled, expired FSBOs that have hit my Vulcan 7 database so far, and we're going to dial them now. So, without any further ado, let's get shit done. Let's do big things. Let's track those numbers. Let's be accountable.
Please enter your PIN number.
Let's kick some ass.
You are now logged into the Mojo Dollar. Please press the start button on your screen to begin calling.
So, the last few days, or the last couple days of, can you see that? That's my gangster board right there, basically filled with listing appointments so far. So we've got 5 on the books, a mega open house. Big things are happening. Let's go. That's how we do. And you can too. Pick up that...
The mailbox is full and there is not enough space to leave a message.
All right.
To send a message.
Not sending any messages. Drink some coffee, do big things. Hello. Hey, it's Chris Igoe with Remax. I'm giving you a call. I noticed your property listing was canceled in the MLS. I was curious, how on earth did the property not sell?
I went out of the country. The realtor came to my house against my wishes and created 2 puddles, 1 puddle of water around 2 different toilets and 2 bathrooms, destroyed the front screen door, and took 2 batches of very botched up photographs. He's not a professional photographer, and I told him twice that I was hiring a professional photographer. So he waited until I left to go out of country to sneak back into the house and take another batch of botched photographs, and so I had to.
That's terrible.
I had to get rid of him because the door alone cost me $70 to replace the pump that he broke.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Well, yeah, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. How did you choose that agent?
Let's see, what company was he from? USAA has a real estate help division, and they work with only 4 different companies, and they refer their clients or customers to one of those 4 agencies. So
Wow.
it was just a luck of the draw that I got him from, let's see, who was he with? He was with the corporate group.
Wow. Okay.
That's what the agency that they refer people to. So right now I'm waiting for them to refer me to
Well, I can appreciate that. Let me ask you this, because just so you know, I'm with Remax Direct. We've got 6 offices down here in South Florida, right there, one off Forest, right by the mall in Wellington. We've sold 15,000 homes since 2008. We're averaging 1 a day. It sounds like this referral system is not a great one. Let me ask you this. If you knew absolutely for certain that by doing business with me, you would, number 1, sell your home, but number 2, you'd get more money than you ever thought possible. Is that something that you'd be interested in learning more about? Be honest.
Well, yeah, but, I can't afford to wait for years or for months because my income has been diminished by my husband dying, and also the loan that he started a business to has stopped paying. So now I have only 2.5 months to get rid of the property.
Well, that's great. I can get it sold much faster than that. Here's what I'd like to do, okay? And tell me if this meets with you.
Yeah, but I don't want to give it away, though. I don't want to give it away. The people there's a lady who has lived inside of Buena Vista for years and years, and now she has a partner. In the beginning, she had a monopoly for years and years on the houses inside Buena Vista because somehow she kept all the rest of the realtors out and away. And she talked so many of the owners into selling their houses for way too little money. And she kept the prices down, and still to this day, none of us can get what we paid for the houses. Because, I don't know about the rest of the people in here, but my husband and I bought ours in 2006.
Okay.
Our closing was in 2006, and we paid over $400,000 for a house, and it's not even possible to get that for it now because she so devalued the prices of the homes. But 2 houses away from mine on the same street just recently, just last month in March of this year, sold for $395.
Okay.
And it's the same square footage and the same floor plan exactly as mine, but mine has more upgrades.
Well, that's awesome. So here's what I would tell you, and look, I can appreciate. It sounds like you've had a rough go of it with the referral realtor, and you've got some experience with other realtors in Buena Vista. The reality is this: my method of selling will get you the most the market can bear. We will get you maximum exposure on your property. Well, the first thing that we're going to do is ensure that we find the one buyer in the world who's willing to pay more for your property than any other person. The way we do that is
Then how do you do that?
we market your property directly to buyers who are looking for properties just like yours. So we have proven methods and systems that actually take our marketing, which I would love to share with you, get that marketing in front of active shoppers. So anybody can put your property in the MLS and hope somebody else sells it. And in some cases that will work. But that's not at all what we do. We are very aggressive in terms of going out there, finding active buyers, finding active shoppers who are looking for properties in Wellington just like yours. Here's what I'd like to do if it meets with your approval. Because the last thing I want to do is put your house on the market very low so it sells very fast and you don't get the maximum amount. What I'd like to do is, and it seems like you're pretty plugged into the comps in your area in Buena Vista, I'd like to do this for my own edification and I'll share it with you. I'd like to run a full analysis on the property as it relates to price. I'd like to even email that to you so that we're both fluent and speaking the same language. What's your best email address?
Grace, D as in David, E as in Edward, B as in boy, U as in uniform, R as in Roger, G as in George, O as in Sam at yahoo.com. So it should look like Grace D. Burger at yahoo.com.
Grace D. Berger at yahoo.com.
Yeah.
Now, the number that I just called you on, is it your cell phone?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do when we get off the phone. I'm going to text you my contact information so that you have it. Save it in your phone,
Okay.
because I suspect you'll probably get phone calls from other realtors. I don't want you to forget who I am.
I already have many have called me because the listing expired.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yes, I am getting calls from many.
Yeah, and the frustrating part is you probably wonder where were these people when the home was actually on the market, because they weren't there. Okay, so let me just spell back your email address because I really had a hard time understanding it. I'm going to say it slow and just correct me where I'm wrong. I've got GRACEBURGOS
Yes.
at yahoo.com.
Yes.
Wow, I
That's
nailed it.
correct.
Okay, super. So, are you in the property now, or you're out of the country? You mentioned.
No, I'm back in the country now.
Oh, you are.
I'm
Okay.
in the property.
Perfect.
Yes.
Okay. So, when the property sells, where are you going next?
I have to go down to Broward. That's where my family lives. That's where I moved from. I was living in Coral Springs before we bought our property up here, and I will have to get rid of my belongings, the furniture, and everything else that, like, I would like to sell it to make a little bit of money off of it, but I won't spend months and months and months doing that. If I have to give it away, to charities, then I will.
Okay.
So I will need somewhere in Brownlee to live, and hopefully it'll be something I can rent out when I'm ready to leave.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, I got great news for you. We've got actually one of my one of my teammates is based out of Coral Springs. I grew up in Coral Springs, so I know Coral Springs really well, and we are absolutely happy to help you in that process too. What if we were to do this? I've got availability this afternoon. Is it possible to meet with you this evening or afternoon and lay eyes on the property, see if it's something we believe we can get you multiple offers on, sell quickly, and get you over to Broward?
What about 5 o'clock?
5 o'clock? I will see you today at 5. Now,
Okay.
let me ask you this. When I sell the property and get you more money than you ever thought possible, will you do an amazing testimonial and tell everybody what a great job I did?
Of course. What wouldn't I?
I appreciate that. Let me ask you this. Do you happen to know anybody else that is in the neighborhood that might be thinking about selling or buying?
Oh my gosh, there are. Have you looked at the amount of houses that are for sale inside Buena Vista?
Yeah, but I'm talking about people who haven't listed that might be interested. Do you know anybody like that?
I don't know anybody serious, because when you are the only caregiver for somebody with a terminal illness, you don't have friends. That's a luxury. And you don't go anywhere. You're housebound, just like the person that you're caring for. So I don't really, anybody that I found out about, of course I would refer you, but the only property that I'm familiar with that just recently sold, I'm not familiar with the owner, but I'm familiar with the property only because it's on my same street, is the one that sold for $395 in March. That was my same exact lot and the same exact square footage, but as I said before, I have more upgrades than the one that just sold.
Right. Well, that's great, because we're going to go out there and get you the most the market will bear. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do.
And how long will that take?
Well, if we price it right and market it aggressively, I suspect we can get this under contract very quickly, and I'll show you how. And we'll go over all of that today at 5. So here's what I'm going to do, just so there's no misunderstanding. I'm going to text you my contact information so that you have it. You can save it in your phone, please. I will run the analysis. I'll email it to you. I'll be there at 5. Also, just to let you know, we've got, if you need help with really anything in terms of getting the property up to speed, or potentially selling the whatever you want to sell in there, we've got people that we can absolutely help out with that too. So we're a full-time, full-service real estate team, and we'll work together to help you accomplish whatever you need to get done. So that's my commitment to you. All right?
Do you have, what about professional photography, and how much does it cost?
It doesn't cost you anything. Yeah. So in terms of marketing your property, we've got a full-time professional photographer who comes in, takes high definition pictures. We create a video with that. We get hyper granular in terms of getting that in front of people who are actively shopping, as I mentioned. In addition to that, we do 3D model walkthroughs. So somebody who might be shopping internationally or maybe up north, if they're sitting in front of their computer, whatever the case may be, they can just really point and click on their computer and do a virtual tour of the property. It's really cool. I'll show you all of that when I get there today at 5.
Hold on, I have a cleaner on the phone. Just a moment.
Sure.
Hello? This is she. Yes, are you on the company that always cleans dryer vents or you clean house? Oh, okay. They listed you under house cleaners for Wellington. So I figured, right online, if you Google house cleaners in Wellington, Florida, you guys come up on the list. And I figured it was, a company that just specialized in cleaning dryer vents. But I wanted to make sure. Okay, I appreciate you calling me back. Thank you very much. Thanks, you too. Bye-bye. I need a reasonable cleaner as well, and I called this company that's called the Dryer Vent Company, and they only clean dryer vents, but they came up on the Google search for house cleaners in Wellington, Florida.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
they were calling me back because I had left them a message. Do you have house cleaners too, that you recommend to people?
Absolutely. 100%.
Reasonable?
Yeah.
And what do they charge per hour?
I'll honestly, off the top of my head, I don't know. I'll have to check, but I'll have that for you tonight when we meet at 5. That's no problem. So let me ask you this: when we meet and I demonstrate without any shadow of a doubt that I can net you more faster with less stress than any other way possible, is there any reason you would not be able to list with me at our appointment?
Well, I'm looking for the best deal only because time is of the essence, and I don't have the income to cover the cost of the mortgage and the HOA dues now that the woman has defaulted on her payments. She's 3 months past due.
Mm-hmm.
So I need the best deal. I need somebody who's willing to give me 1 percentage point off for the sale,
Mm-hmm.
and 1 percentage point off for bringing the buyer.
Right. Okay. So but let me ask you this, because this is very important. You can hire a discount broker. There's no question about that, right? The problem that you might experience, and it seems like you had a rough time with the last one, is that when you hire a discount broker, what they tend to do is they don't do any of the professional marketing. They put it in the MLS. They hope somebody else sells it. If you ever analyze their business and look at them, their whole game is volume, right? So they want to take as many listings in as they can, and they don't really care if it sells or not. They don't spend any time with it. They don't dedicate resources to it. That's just a fact. So when you're looking at that model, you've got to really look at what percentage of their inventory do they actually sell. You'll be shocked to learn it's about 40%. Now, my rates are 100% competitive and negotiable, but I also sell 98% of what I list. And that's the stat that you really want to focus on. So,
but how long does it take you on an average? What's the average of days or months for that 98% that you sell?
Well,
What's the
here's
average amount of days that it's listed?
that's a great question, and so here's why that it's more of a here's why I don't have a straight answer for you. If the people who list with me and follow my instructions in terms of pricing, we beat the industry average right now in Palm Beach, or excuse me, in Wellington for a property like this typically sells the average days on the market, I believe off the top of my head, is about 93 days. And there's a lot of inventory out there, as you know. People who work with me on my pricing and follow my instructions in terms of showing and everything else, we always beat that. So that being said, I suspect if we price this aggressively and market it aggressively, I think it's something we can get you multiple offers on in a short amount of time. But I haven't seen your property. So I want to obviously do that before I don't want to nail myself to the cross and give you bad information without having seen your property. But I will tell you this, I know my method of selling will net you more at the end of the day. Forget about commissions. It's going to put more money, bottom line, in your pocket than any other way out there. That I know. And that's what
Well, that's great. That's great. But what I need until it sells is a renter who is given full disclosure up front that they have to be willing to allow it to be shown while they're renting it.
Yeah.
And the rental term would be like, a minimum of, I guess, 3 months, maybe 3 to 6 months, because it has to be able to pay for itself while it's being shown.
Right. Well,
otherwise, it's going to go into foreclosure.
Well, the one thing we're not going to allow it to do is go into foreclosure. So I look forward to meeting you at 5. I'm very excited. We're going to get you the most the market will bear and make it as easy on you as possible. Also, we're going to help you find another property. Does that sound good?
Sure, sounds good.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'll look forward to seeing you tonight at 5, and be on the lookout for my analysis. Okay.
And sure. And what is your name again, sir?
Oh, my name is Chris. My last name is Igoe, which is Igoe. And I'm going to text that I'm going to text that to you as soon as we get off the phone, so you'll have it in your phone. Just save it.
And the name of your realty company too, please.
Remax Direct.
Okay.
You know Remax, right?
You'll put that in the information that you send to my cell phone, correct?
I absolutely will. You got it.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, I appreciate it.
I look forward to seeing you later.
See you tonight at 5. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
One shot, one kill, booyaka shot. So I got to print that lead. All right, I'm going to cut this short. I got to address this paperwork real quick, but I will be back on shortly and set some more appointments. That's how we do it. Get some.